twirl that fishing line together. Today I'm going to show you how to make your own cutoff wire for wheel thrown pottery. A few months ago I went to a workshop with the one and only Simon Leach, and I finally figured out how he makes this beautiful cutoff pattern at the bottom of his mugs. So I have tried to fake this effect with a what I call wiggle wire. He'll correct you, it's not a wiggle wire, it's a cutoff wire. But I've tried to fake this with other tools I've bought at the pottery store, but I wound up picking up his cutoff wire that he makes in his studio. If you want the gold standard of cutoff wires, go to Simon Leach's page and pick up one of his cutoff wires. And I'm going to show you how I've done it since then, because I've made a lot of these. So you're going to need a few things. You're going to need a drill. You can have a bit in it, you cannot have a bit. You're going to need either an iron or a heat gun, one of those two things. You're going to need some duct tape, and you're going to need some fishing line. This is 15-pound fishing line, but really any kind of fishing line will do. You're also going to need something to attach to the ends of your cutoff wire. So I just grabbed this stick out of my backyard. I also have some 3D printed ends here, or you can use anything. These were some like pegs that I found. Simon has his are like turned on the lathe by some Amish folks, which are super cool. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out a couple yards of fishing wire. And I like to keep some tape nearby, so I just tape it right where I'm going to cut it, and that'll be it. Now the strength of our cutoff wire is going to be determined by how many lengths of fishing line we put together. So if I were to do it like this, that would be 2 lengths. If I were to double it in half again, that would be 4 lengths right there, right? Now this is going to get smaller as we wind it up together. We're going to wind up winding and weaving this thing together with the drill. I'm going to make mine 4 fishing lines thick. So what I'm going to do first is get some duct tape ready to go. I'm going to grab my fishing line, find the ends, hold them together. Find the other end halfway here, fold it together, and I'm going to tie a knot here just to get all these together the same distance apart. Okay, so I have my ends that are the same length. I'm going to duct tape it right here at the end point, and that's going to be one side. The other side, I'm just going to tape this to my drill bit. And I'm actually going to cut off some of this extra just so that it doesn't accidentally get wound up in. Okay, now I'm just going to drill. Okay, so I have it. It's wound up with the drill. It's taut there. The first method I'm going to show you is the heat gun method. I'm just going to blast this with the heat gun for maybe 45 seconds. Now you might not be able to see it on the camera, but I can actually, because of the way the lights come in, I can see this kind of cinch up as I heat it here. So you don't want to do too much. Let's see if this is, I'm going to do it just a little bit more. Okay, that's somewhat fused together now, and I can undo it. And it's going to unspool a little bit, but not a whole lot, surprisingly. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it with the iron. So you don't need a heat gun. I know a lot of people might not have heat guns, but most people have irons. So that is 3 strings, but they're just kind of all doing their own thing. What we need to do is twist this and then fuse it. So to twist it, we are going to use a drill. And to fuse it, we are going to use an iron. So grab some duct tape. Tape it down real good. And then the other side, I'm going to grab my drill and I'm going to tape this other side to the drill. And I'm going to cut off any excess that, so it doesn't get wrapped up as I spin this thing around. Because what we're going to use the drill for is to spin this to twirl that fishing line together. Okay, let's go for it. Can y'all see that? Okay, so that's 3 strands. That looks pretty good. So I'm just going to lay it flat. So it's on here, and I'm just going to take my iron. It's pretty hot. You don't want to let it linger too long on there. You're going to fuse this fishing wire to your ironing board, but just kind of go over it a few times. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tie off these ends with just a normal knot, maybe two, but just one knot. It's usually sufficient. And now I need to feed it through the ends of where what are going to be my end caps. So here's one. I just got this out of the yard. I just cut a stick. Don't make your holes too small or it's really hard to get them in. So now we have a good cutoff wire that when using Simon's method of turning it, while you pull it towards you, you get this beautiful, here's my imitation of his, and here's his. You get this beautiful pattern on the bottom, which I've just fallen in love with. All of my pots now carry this beautiful teardrop or upside down teardrop shape. Now, for some reason it comes uncoiled. It means you didn't get it quite hot enough. All you need to do is attach one of the ends to a drill, the other end to something firm, and use either the iron or the heat gun method again. You don't have to undo it all, just spin it from the drill. If you found this helpful, be sure to like and subscribe. If you want to pick up my end pieces for your own cutoff wire, check out the links below. I'm MJ at Outpost Pottery. Thanks for watching and keep on learning.